them big boy tracks. Big body. As a youth in the book, I was big body.
Yup.
I'm still up, I kill it. Every line, they feel it. Instead of trying to count up on my winnings.
Y'all doing?
Just know I'm one of the realest. I'm still up, I kill it. Every line, they feel it. Instead of trying to count up on my winnings. Boy, just know I'm
Gloria Thomas.
Oh yeah, I'm still up. Let me.
How you doing? Cecilia Washington, how you doing?
Mama knew I'd be great, so she gave me 4 names. I hold weight.
Brian McDuffie.
I'm good with the fruit, boy. Always been visible. Always been spiritual.
From a hey, well, I was just Brian, I was just there. You should have came and seen me. Hey mama. Yeah. Hey Toshiba.
Just give me the bag. You can keep the fame. I'm in the class by myself. Why we don't speak?
Use the fight the fuse.
Speak the lanes. Why waste my time? You can keep the change if you gon' waste my grind. Nothing you can say.
I want y'all to put your men, husbands, brothers, nephews, every line. Instead of trying to count up on my winnings. Hey, Sister Terry, what's going on, Anthony? Yup. All right, Natasha. Instead of trying to count up on my Myron. Till you heard the lyric. I guess I murdered lyric. Get it? Murder lyric. You on that Jada Pickett. Don't get entangled with it. Be some kamikaze with it. Symbolize. There is no symmetries. It's got me knocked. I was in the streets. Heat. My degree stay 90. 5 irie. Greenery. Blinding. My eyes ride dot my 9B. All right. Listen, your brothers, husbands, your nephews, let them know. Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. I'm still up. Every line. Instead of trying to count up all your winnings, boy, just know you one of the realists. I'm still up. Every line. They feel it. Instead of trying to count up all your winnings, boy, just know when you the realest. Y'all know I love music, y'all. You know I love music. I had a nut, y'all, right? Let me tell y'all something, man. I am 50. Like, I am fabulous, a fabulous 50. And so, you know, I had some nut. What's going on, Corey? I had some nut to talk about. It's too late. It's too late to try to get a record. Let me tell y'all something. Pastor Fred, God's man on deck, is not trying to get a record deal. You understand me? I am not trying to tour the nation. No, it's a gift. You use your gift to draw. Anytime you use your gift to draw, no matter what that gift is, and that is my gift. That's what I do. That's my gift. I love music and I love blessing people with it. And some people some people like it, some people don't. But I use all of me because I got a work to do, y'all, right? You got people we got to touch. I want to say to the most beautiful woman in the world, like she says, and like I say, that is my truth. That's my baby, Jamila Gooden. And so I want to thank God for her. This moment. This week, y'all, this last week has been one of the most phenomenal weeks. It has been not just the men's weekend, the men's fellowship weekend that ended with Liston Page that spoke he just blew the doors off because it just wasn't a prophetic word that he spoke, or it just wasn't a sermon that he spoke, but it was a prophetic word that he spoke. There go my baby right there. I love you, girl. It was phenomenal because the prophetic word that he spoke, he was on it every moment, right? And the week prior or days prior or whatever, you know, I just had a couple of days and it was just the worst time. Not me and my wife segment of the message, but just had just like 2 days, terrible. And sometimes you can think that the attack that you're getting is not working for your good. But sometimes God has to allow something to happen. I want you to click. I want you to tag, put some brothers in here because I want to encourage some of you men and let you know that some of that fire you've been feeling, some of those things that's been coming up against you, some of the things that's been happening that you feel like God isn't there, or you feel like it's bringing confusion, it's bringing chaos, or some of the very things that are building you up and getting you to your next place. I want to say this. The fight done fueled me. And for some of y'all brothers, I want to tell you, listen, let the fight fuel you. Let the fight take you to your next place. Let the fight open up old places, not even old places. Let the fight open up places in you that you had been still in. It's time now. It's time for you brothers. Listen, it's time for you, the full you, to be revealed. It's time for the full you to be revealed. Everything that's in you. It's time for you to let everything out. Every gift, everything that you are, it's time for it to move forward. Don't worry about whether, because see, sometimes we get caught up whether it's going to work or not, right? That's God's business. Whether it's going to work or not is God's business. You got to let the fight fuel you, and you got to come to the point right now, brother, that you jump out the boat. You can't worry about it. I'm at a point right now that, man, I'm getting ready to take off. I was talking to this brother this morning, and I let him know. I say, listen, they ain't ready for me. I say, listen, they are not ready. I told him point blank, period. I said, Charlotte is not ready for the beast that's getting ready to be released. There's certain things that you did, and when you was doing them, nobody saw you doing them. So they don't know the experience that you got in what you're doing. So they really don't know. What's up, Kobe? They really don't know the real you. They have not seen it. And I want to tell some of you brothers, it's time to unleash the beast. It's time for you to unleash the beast. It's time for you to take back up that killer instinct. It's time for you to go to that next level in everything. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if it's ministry. I don't care. Listen, it may be even your marriage. You feel like you got to go to the next. Do what you got to do. Let the fight fuel you. Don't let the fight kill you. Sometimes we expect for people. Sometimes we have an expectation that there'll be somebody, especially for brothers, because the word that came to us and the word that he preached, the theme of which and the scripture is a man sharpening iron, brother sharpening his brother as man sharpening the constant as a friend. Iron sharpening iron as a man sharpening the constant as a friend. That was the scripture. And sometimes we expect for brothers, or we expect people that we think might be with us to speak into us, and they don't speak into us. Matter of fact, they not only don't speak to us, they speak against us. And most of the time they speak against you because they really don't know you. And that's good. Let me tell you the good thing about a person really not knowing you. When a person knows you, they know what kind of moves you might make. They know how you think. They know how you, and see, there's an opportunity that's in front of you boys right now. There's an opportunity in front of you men right now that if you have been betrayed, you've been, or you felt like you've been betrayed, or whatever the case may be, or you feel like you're being fought, this the opportunity to step up and to step in like you ain't never stepped up and stepped in before. One thing, I don't want to get too detailed, but I will say this. There was a way that I moved in the streets. And some of those ways I didn't allow anybody to test me the wrong way or disrespect me the wrong way. I'm not saying I was the baddest dude, but even if another dude was where I was and had the same mindset I had, he respected me on his corner. I respected him. Or I respected him on his corner. He respected me on mine. He knew he couldn't come and take nothing over here. And I knew I wasn't going to try to take nothing over there because we already knew where that was going to go at. But certain mentalities, when we get saved, we forget that. Like we forget the mentality and we become something, and we think that we have to become something mushy, and we think that meekness is weakness, and we think that in the midst of us, I can forgive you, but that don't mean I ain't got no fight in me. You understand what I'm saying? And so the thing about it, when I'm telling somebody, man, let the fight fuel you. Man, I'm getting ready to listen. Unity Charlotte International, they are not ready. And I'm not saying this because we're out to be the best church, though we are, because that should be the mindset of any pastor. Any pastor should praise his own poem more than he praises anybody else's. So I want to say to somebody right now, man, get your fight back. Get your fight back. Get your roar back. Get your lion back. Get it back. Don't worry about who you, because sometimes we get caught up in who we want to stamp us, or who we want to confirm, or sometimes we want somebody to confirm. You don't need nobody to confirm who you are. You know why you strange? You strange because you're supposed to be strange, and you'll always be strange. And they'll never accept you. God will do this. God will take you to a period. He'll take you through a period where nobody won't accept you. And then he'll take you into another period where everybody got to. Where you ain't asking for permission. You ain't asking for no permission to be. Now you're saying, I'm finna do everything I know to do. Everything I know to do to make it for the kingdom of God to excel. I'm getting ready to do it. Everything that, like, I had this time, right? I was evangelizing. My heart is evangelism. Here we come, Charlotte. Get ready. So my heart was always been evangelism. I remember one time, I was on Phoenix Avenue. Some of y'all from Duval County, y'all know where Phoenix is, east side all day. So I'm out there and I'm preaching hard. Because I would go out there and set up the music. I'm setting up the music. I'm setting up the food. I'm setting up the tent. I said, Charlotte, here we come. So I'm out there and I'm preaching. And these dudes at the store up the street, a gunfight broke out. Like, they started popping. Pow, 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 pow. And the people that were with me, they looking around to see what I'm doing. What I'm going to do. Guess what I did, y'all? I started preaching harder. I started preaching harder because I know that God sent me there, and he ain't finna let nothing touch me because he sent me. See, some of y'all forgot that mindset. You forgot that heart. You forgot that fight. And you let things that happen, you kind of let things that happen turn you into something else, right? And what you were is where you need to be now. The fight, the dude you was, yeah, you done crossed over into business. You ain't in the streets no more. You in business now, right? You're a businessman now, but you ain't supposed to lose that fight. You ain't supposed to lose that aggression. Why should not you lose that aggression? Because heaven suffereth violent, and the violent take it by force. Some of y'all done lost your fight, and you ain't, and now you cut it up, and you saying, man, and y'all brothers, and I want y'all to, I need you ladies to click, tag, and share. Get these brothers, especially them boys that you know in the street. I don't care if they cussing on their Facebook Live. They ain't got nothing to do with. I don't care what they doing. I don't care what kind of videos they got up there. Put their name down there so this video will come up, or they'll be able to pull it up and see it. I don't care, because those are the ones that God wants. God wants the ones that's behind it. He wants them shepherd boys. He wants the ones that still stink. He wants the ones that still dirty. Them the ones he coming after. So it's something we got to do now. It's a way we got to move now. Brothers, it's a way that you got to move now. And you got to let the fight fuel you. I'm fueled now. In beast mode. It's beast mode for me now. Period. It's beast mode. All about the gospel of Jesus Christ. And listen, God is bringing other people behind me. I'm not looking for anybody. It's done. It's done. You know what thing? And listen, I don't want to turn people off, but I am what I am. Or this is what I used to say. And I'm gonna get back to saying, I am who God says I am. And so how he built me is when you came up, and I keep referring to the streets because the mentality don't change. You know what I found out about church? There were more loyal people in the streets than they are in the church. Now, especially church dudes. You have people that lose their loyalty. But I'm so glad that I got this bunch of men that's coming around me now that understand what loyalty is. But when you was out there, there was an aggression you walked with. I don't care whether you was in Jacksonville or whether you was in New York, whether you was in Jersey, Brooklyn, where my baby from, Jersey, where she was, wherever you were from, California, wherever you are, there was a conviction that you walked with, and you ain't care what was going on, and everybody knew where you were. And somehow something changed about you, bruh. Something changed about you. You got saved. You got touchy-feely. Something changed about you, bruh. There's an aggression that you can't never lose. Why? Because where you got to go at, people got to understand. People, where you going at, one thing about it, real recognize real. Recognize it. Real recognize real. And some of you brothers, what I'm telling you today, get your fight back. Get your fight back. I mean, the devil might as well get ready. Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. Apostle by gift. He might as well get ready. I'm getting ready to hit the streets. They're getting ready to know. They're getting ready to know that there is a balm in Gilead. And there is a king in the city. But not just any king, a king that's ready to fight. I need y'all to listen. I don't care where y'all brothers from. I don't care where you at. Stop sweating people that ain't with you. Stop worrying about people that ain't stood with you. Stop worrying about it. Make your mistakes, dust your knees off, get up and ride. Do what you got to do. If you still in the business and have made some wrong moves, I want to tell you today, and I tell you this as a man of God, keep going. God going to turn that thing around. Why? Because you got your fight. One thing about what's so powerful about the mind is when my mind changes about a thing and my faith connects with the power of my mind and it becomes consistent, things begin to happen. So I want y'all brothers to be encouraged. Yeah, you've been in a little fight. Sometimes you got to get knocked down. I mean, you got to get flattened. You got to get flattened. You know, I remember my first fight. And we were staying at the time in Jacksonville, what was called the Blogic Homes. It was one of the projects there. That's where we stayed at. And I remember that day when, I was the big brother. So I didn't have wasn't no other brothers and wasn't no other sisters. I only had a little brother. And this guy, the young man, I mean, we were still in the elementary school, but it was my first fight. And I was getting ready to run in the house. My mama came to the screen, though. And she said, "There ain't nobody but you." And when she said what she said, I went and I tore his tail up. Y'all hear me? I tore that tail up. And from then, I knew that it wasn't nobody but me. And sometimes you got to remember, it ain't nobody but you. And you got to get it. The best thing about it right now is I ain't by myself. I got a gunner with me. I got a wife. That's a gunner too. But I'm going to still act like, because one thing I want my wife to, I love the fact that she got my back. But I want it to always be right here. Ain't nobody but you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? I need y'all brothers to stand up. I need you to fight. I need you to stop making excuses. I need you to go hard because God needs you. There's some brothers that need you. There's some sons that need you. There's some fathers that need you. They need you to stand up. They need you to act like you got some sense. And I'm going to say this, and I don't mean no disrespect. Y'all dudes that is in the church right now, Please stop being so soft, man. Where y'all get that from? Stop being so touchy-feely. I look right now and I don't like what I see. We got to be better. We got to be stronger. We got to do more. Can't get mad. You can't get mad. You can't get mad at the women for doing it if you ain't doing it. Me and my wife was talking about women pastors. And I said, if all the women pastors quit, the church will be in trouble. Because ain't nobody going to be doing that. And it ain't enough men out here standing in nothing to be able to support it. It's time for us to get up and do something. This is Pastor Fred, God's man on deck. Let the fight fuel you, man. Let that fight, let being knock you, let the knock down, let the bite you, let it fuel you. Some people gonna always see you like you was. They ain't gonna never see you to who you've arrived to be. And you gotta be all right with that. It's what it is. It's what it is. They're gonna always see the little kid from down the block. They're gonna always see somebody that was lower than them. They're gonna always see the little girl that wasn't able to get her hair done. Even though now you got it all. They're gonna always see the little boy that needed a haircut. They're gonna always see that. Because they in their mind, they have to keep themselves above to be able to feel like they something. You can't worry about what they see. Make them know that it's somebody else in the building now, and I'm coming for it. And I ain't coming for it because I got you on my mind. I'm coming for it because the beast is awake. Let's ride. Kingdom all day. I don't care what city you in, where you brothers at, man. Make a difference. Let's touch some people. Make a difference in every way. If you just doing business, even if it's just in business, man, make a difference. If you're in education, make a difference. But make a difference. Because that's what time it is. It's time for you to do something. And it's time for you not to be afraid of what's been in your heart and what's been in your mind. All right? It's a good day in the kingdom. It's a good day to do something great. It's a good day to stand for the Lord. It's a good day. I don't care how it started out. Command your day. Make it a good day. Wake the beasts up. It's time. Wake them up. It's time to do it again. Because that's where we at. Pastor Fred, God man on deck. I love you guys. And I absolutely want to see God move in your life like you have never seen it before. If you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, if you brothers are in Charlotte, North Carolina, you might not have been to no churches or nothing. What's going on, Les? Happy anniversary too, man. If you in Charlotte, North Carolina, man, and you ain't visited UCI yet, you're doing yourself a disservice. I need you to get over here. I want to meet you personally. I want you to be to our next men's event. We got things coming up, and not just men's event. I want to see you out. You're going to hear about something you're going to hear us about. We're going to be in the streets. We're finna bang it in the streets, too. We're going to bang that gospel in the streets. We're going to stand for them strong in the streets. Yes, sir. From the pulpit to the block. Here I come. Let's go.